Good evening, friends. It is night number 9 on our Elul Screen challenge. We are on page 13 in Avodat Hashem in our work. Spiritual work and practice. Begin by choosing a group of at least 3 or 4 friends. 2. Speak with the friends in the way one would speak with very important people. 3. Do things for the benefit and happiness of the friends. This is practical spiritual work on the levels of thought, speech, and action that can be done every day. The Bala Sulam suggests that groups meet once a week, each time in a different member's home, to discuss the importance of the group, the spiritual work of loving others, and practical ways to develop love and cooperation between friends. It is important to choose for the group people who are serious about doing this, and to begin with people with whom we feel a heart connection. We begin to develop from here. So very, very practical sound advice for doing spiritual work. Begin with a group of at least 3 or 4 friends. Point 1. Speak with the friends in a way one would speak with very important people. Point 2. So speak with them with seriousness and honor and deep respect and deep love, as it continues to say. And point 3, do things for the benefit and happiness of the friends, meaning keep their well-being in mind and heart. Do things for their benefit, do things for their happiness, which, if you think about it, is a very profound concept. And I think it's very important also in the work of Gurdjieff. There's a lot of talk about needing a group to be able to do the spiritual work of awakening. And here too, it's very important in the Ashla Kabbalah work to also do work with a group of people. We call them the friends, Chaverim. And it attests to how doing it alone is much, much more difficult, and some would say even impossible. Doing the work of awakening with on one's own is quite intensely challenging, and doing it with not to mention doing it with others is also intensely challenging. But there is an aspect of being in a group that helps the work, and some would say is essential to doing the work, when you have other people who have the same goal as you, who are working on awakening, who are working on healing, who have the same or similar commitment to you, who can keep you in check, who can keep you accountable, who can hold you in confidence and hold you in love as to how difficult and challenging the path and the work is. It makes all the difference in the world. I'm still on the hunt for my people, my chaverim, my 3 or 4 friends who are super serious about doing this work. If you find them, hold on to them dearly, love them with all of your heart and soul, with all of your being. Because without them, it is next to impossible to do this work. So he goes on to say that this is practical spiritual work on the levels of thought, speech, and action, meaning think every day about the good aspects of the friends. I skipped that one. I'm so sorry. Begin by choosing a group of 3 or 4 friends. Point 1, think every day about the good aspects of the friends. That is point number one. Think every day about the good aspects of the friends. So that means that you're contemplating their positive nature. You're contemplating the good qualities that they hold, that they embody, and you're thinking every day about the good qualities that they embody. So that is the practical work on the level of thought, and then speak with the friends in the way one would speak with very important people. That is spiritual work on the level of speech. And do things for the benefit and happiness of the friends. That is spiritual work in the realm of action. The Bala Sulam suggests that groups meet at least once a week, each time in a different member's home, to discuss the importance of the group, right? To come together and discuss how important the group is, how important the work is, and to discuss the spiritual work of loving others, the practice and the challenge of loving others, and practical ways to develop love and cooperation between the friends. Practical ways to deepen love within the spiritual group, and to deepen the cooperation between the friends and the spiritual group. It is important to choose for the group people who are serious about doing this work, and to begin with people whom we feel a heart connection, right? So clearly people who are serious about doing the work is essential. And then people with whom we feel a heart connection, right? So there's already some level that the heart is online, is stimulated with these people, because obviously that opens the doorway and the gateway to being able to love them deeper in a holy and spiritual and a sacred way. And he concludes with, we begin to develop from there, right? So that's where we begin to develop from, once we are working with the group in these ways. So, hopefully we get more people on here. People are doing this work. People can then reach out to each other, maybe form groups locally or online groups, and continue to spread this work out into the world. Page 14. The spiritual path of loving others involves fulfilling the material needs of others. The spiritual path of loving others involves fulfilling the material needs of others. This means giving things like attention or money. Giving things like attention or money. Our spiritual work is to be concerned about other people's material well-being. Our spiritual work is to be concerned about other people's material well-being. What does it mean to give? It is giving to someone else something that is precious to us. What does it mean to give? It is giving to someone else something that is precious to us. If we are looking to fix other people and give them spirituality, this attests to our materialism. If we are looking to fix other people and give them spirituality, this attests to our materialism. This is not giving because we are not giving up anything. It's not giving because we are not giving up anything. Looking to give other people spirituality is self-serving, as it contains the ego gratification of feeling superior to others. Looking to give other people spirituality is self-serving, as it contains the ego gratification of feeling superior to others. The true path towards loving others is seeing their good traits. The true path towards loving others is seeing their good traits. So this is very clearly saying that loving others involves fulfilling the material needs of others, being concerned over the well-being of people's material needs. So just think about that. What does that mean for you? People in your life, or especially if you're to form a group, people in the group being concerned over their material well-being. People in general that we're attempting to love, we need to care about their material well-being. That can take on many forms, and I think is important to to explore this topic deeper and in a more precise way. Then he continues to say, if we're looking to fix other people or give them spirituality, this attests to our materialism. This is not giving because we're not giving anything up, right? So if we're just trying to fix other people and give them spirituality, then we're not giving anything up. There's nothing that is being sacrificed. And thus, it's not true giving. Looking to give to other people spiritually is self-serving, as it contains the ego gratification of feeling superior to others, right? So people who are offering spirituality can be self-serving, right? Because it contains the ego gratification of feeling superior to others. So those who are teaching have to be quite conscientious of this, right? I'm talking to myself as I'm reading this. It's quite a mirror to be looking into, because as I'm teaching, that can make me feel like I'm superior, like I have the superior knowledge or I have a superior level of consciousness. And it's really important, obviously, when you're teaching, to be conscientious of that, not to place yourself above others, not to try and get ego gratification by thinking you're better than others, because you're the teacher and you're teaching. I'm doing my best to hold that as I'm reading it, as I'm taking it in. I am hoping that I'm, doing this in a clean way, giving over the teachings, reading them over, and just giving over my perspective. The true path towards loving others is seeing their good traits. So the true path to loving others is seeing their good traits, right? So when we want to love another, it's by looking deeply at what good they do have to offer, not what they're missing, not what they're lacking, which is a tendency I know I have, and I think lots of other people have, when we look towards others, is to look at what they don't have and what maybe we can provide for them. But the Rav is saying that the true path towards loving others is seeing their good traits, seeing the good in them, honing into and elevating and honoring, acknowledging, propping up the good in people, right? What is the good that someone is doing, is offering through their being, or offering through their actions or their speech, etc. We want to really focus in on that and prop them up in that way and love them that way. That is the way towards loving others, is by honoring and seeing and honoring their good traits, their good character traits, etc. Final sentence. We are not to blame others, as we have not come to this world to fix others. We are here to fix ourselves, right? Straight to the point. We're not to blame others, as we have not come to this world to fix others, right? Because a lot of times when we get onto the spiritual path, there's a lot of like, oh my God, look at these people. They're doing X, Y, Z, right? They're not loving God, or they're practicing religion in the wrong way, or they're not really spiritual, or they're, oh my God, look how materialistic they are, or look how, not smart they are, or how unwise, or how consumed they are with this thing or that thing, right? And then that kind of, in a way, is like some blame that goes towards them, or blame about why and how the world is the way it is because all these people are living in this way, and thus the world is this way. If they were better, then the world would be better, right? It's very easy to blame others. And he says, we have not come to this world to fix others. We're not here to fix others. Our attention should not be focused upon others. Our attention should be focused on ourselves. We are here to fix ourselves. We're here, l'taken et atzmo, velo et acherim. We're here to make tikkun, l'taken, to make tikkun, spiritual repair on ourselves and not on others. So beautiful, beautiful way to just turn it right back into the self, right back to this focal point of being here to attend to our own healing, to attend to our own awakening, and that's the focal point, not outside, not on others, and healing or fixing them. So there you have it. There's a teaching for tonight. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a great week ahead.